The Earl's Railway employs several engines, but none as big as Sir Aled Greedy. He used to be the commuter engine for the Fat Controller, but now is content on taking the faster trains for the Earl. One morning, the Earl arrived at the sheds to talk to the engines.
"Good morning, my noble locomotives," he said ecstatically. "As you will all remember, the embankment near Ballyhoo Station needs strengthening. Stafford will work tirelessly to ensure the security of our line. There will be a speed restriction along this section until the work is finished," said the Earl. "Greedy, I need you to take a special train of fish vans today. Usually Stafford would have balanced them throughout the day, but I think one trip should be enough. I have no doubt that you'll do great. Good day." And with that, the Earl left the engines alone. Stafford looked over at Sir Aled Greedy. "Be careful with the empty fish vans. They like to be rowdy and obnoxious. I'd take care, and don't listen to their taunts." "Thank you, Stafford, but I'm pretty sure I know how to handle them." "Now, Greedy, don't be rude. Stafford was just offering some sound advice," Lily interjected. "Of course I wasn't attempting to show unkindness. I'm just confident in my abilities to look after some fish vans."
Lily was about to retort, but Whiff intervened.
"Oh, shave it, Lily. Old Greedy will just have to learn for himself."
Greedy huffed and left to take his first train of the day. This run was the only one in his schedule to include trucks. They were always groggy or still sleeping. How much harder could it be when they were awake? A light mist held over the branch line as he continued on his way. On his way back through with just a few trucks in tow, Sir Aled Greedy passed Stafford on the embankment. Stafford had trucks filled with dirt and stones. The men were digging away and adding these fresh materials into the embankment. Sir Aled Greedy stopped next to Stafford while pinning down his brakes. "They look like they mean business," Greedy noted. "You should see the giant metal frames they're going to put into the embankment to make all the stones stay in place. An engine from the other railways bringing it later today." Sir Aled Greedy said nothing at this as he departed. A little while later, it was finally time for the empty fish train. A light rain had eased gently into action as Sir Aled Greedy backed down confidently onto the awaiting trucks. "Beware," warned Lily. "They're up to their tricks. They're not children. That's your job to bungle." Greedy smirked. Lily glowered. "Who's this great red idiot?" one of the trucks barked. "Where's Whiff or Stafford?" "They're far too busy to put up with the likes of you," Greedy snarled. "Ooh," the trucks guffawed. "And you're so big and scary?" "Those old frames, a good bump and you'll fall apart." The trucks laughed and laughed. Greedy snapped. "With how much rust is on your frames, no wonder you're left with the smelly fish." The trucks quieted down at this, but they continued to mutter darkly to each other. Greedy thought he had won, and pulled away feeling even more confident than before. Lily, however, could see that the trucks were plotting something. All the way down the mainland, the trucks plotted their revenge. "Rusty, are we? We'll show him." The stretch between the junction and the first station was always a challenge. It was a steady climb the whole way, located between the steep hills and swamps. Coupled with the rain on this day, and the section was a damp nightmare. As Sir Aled Greedy turned onto the branch line, the trucks slowly applied their brakes. Greedy didn't notice at first, but soon it became too obvious.
Oh, come on, you horrid lot. We need to clear this section,
he strained, but the trucks just giggled.
I thought you'd be able to pull us, one teased. We're so rusty and smelly. Throw your tender into it.
They screamed and shouted, and Sir Allegretti did throw his tender into it. He dragged the train slowly up the hill. He didn't notice as he passed the speed limit sign. The end finally came into sight, and Sir Allegretti could see Stafford's hoppers.
Ha! I told you I could pull you rust buckets. There's nothing to it.
Just as they leveled out, the trucks released their brakes all at once. Sir Allegretti had his regulator almost all the way open, and shot forward. Before he could correct himself, he was speeding through the work site. Men ran and ducked for cover as the freshly laid dirt and rocks bounced everywhere. Stafford shut his eyes, expecting the whole thing to collapse. It didn't. Sir Allegretti slowed to a stop halfway down the hill. He reversed cautiously back up to the top, where the foreman was surveying the damage. "We haven't secured the stones yet," he sighed. "It's done a lot of damage to the rest of the embankment too. Your owner will be hearing about this," he said, pointing to Sir Allegretti. The big engine gulped. The Earl did hear about it. He was most displeased and told Greedy as such.
"I never thought of such a stunt from you, Greedy. You shall be on good work until I can trust you again. Clearly you need to learn." "I hate to say I told you so," Lily whispered.
For several weeks, Sir Allegretti took only goods trains for Whiff and Stafford. Whiff had a great time taking the fast passenger trains. A week after the accident, steel girders were embedded into the embankments. Within a few days after that, the workmen left. Sir Allegretti made sure until their last day not to engage with the trucks and not to ignore speed signs.